Hello everyone, a very warm day to you. I hope your day has been going great. I remain your humble host, Becky Usoro. It's that time of the show, Citizens Dialogue on First Next News Protocol, where we discuss trending and interesting political topics. Joining me on set to have this conversation is King Sojalo. Sit back, relax, and enjoy all we have for you on this beautiful segment. It's a pleasure having you on set.
Thank you so much, Becky.
Okay, that's great. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful Friday.
Thank you so much.
I'm always happy when I'm excited when it's Friday.
Honestly speaking.
Because
yes, the weekend.
It's been a great week,
Of course.
Okay, so let's head straight to the story for today. Bello Rufai slams Omotosho, says Kanu got life imprisonment while Hussaini Ismail got 20 years. Rufai, a member of the House of Representatives, has expressed deep concern over what he described as unsettling inconsistency in terrorism-related sentences across Nigerian courts. He said the conflicting judgments emerging from separate courts on similar charges have created confusions among citizens seeking to understand how justice is being applied to such sensitive cases. He said terrorism remains one of Nigeria's grievous security challenges, and for that reason, judicial responses should reflect consistency and transparency. He noted that public is left puzzled when two individuals, charged with terrorism receive sentences that differ so widely, despite the severe nature of their alleged crimes. And he's referring to Nnamdi Kanu's case and Hussaini, who is a terrorist.
Yes.
So do you really agree? I think he's one of those people who are, like, he's one of the members of the House of Representatives who is always being truthful. He's somebody who he says reality. He says what's happening.
It's a good one from the son of the former Kanu State, the son of the former governor of Kanu State, Bello Rufai. You could see that he's gradually following his father's legacy by, telling out what ought to be told, bringing it to the House of Representatives is a good one. This is a medium which is letting the judiciary system know that, look, there is a kind of question mark when they are making appeals, because in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, we could see that he was given a straight judgment of life sentence of being accused of terrorism, while the Ismail, who is a well-known member of the Boko Haram, was given 20 years imprisonment, which really has to raise concern, just as the law implies that whatever, any judgment given in terrorism, and if we look at this terrorism act, it's something that is very, very dangerous to we humans, to human nature. The fact that the punishment is given to one should also be implied in all. So definitely this has really shown that our judiciary system is kind of faulty, and which needs to be addressed. Because if this continue going on, whereby there's been kind of a sentimental and a kind of should I use the word game playing in our judiciary system, then definitely the people of the country will definitely have no confidence in the judiciary, because these are people we are looking up to.
Thank you so much. Still on insecurity,
yes.
Baba Ahmed fought Tinubu's security emergency, said it's not manpower, it's corruption. The Labour Party's 2023 vice presidential candidate Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed has criticized President Bola Tinubu's nationwide security emergency, arguing that the federal government's approach fails to address the root causes of insecurity. It isn't about increasing personnel. The real issue is corruption within the security architecture. How much of security budget is actually used to fight insecurity? How much ends up in private pockets or for political purposes?
Exactly.
Okay, he maintained that a reformed and fully empowered police force could address banditry and terrorism without over-reliance on the military. If you remove corruption and political interest, the Nigerian police can wipe out insecurity in 2 months.
Exactly.
And actually, I agree with that statement.
Exactly.
Because in some cases, when something happened, maybe an incident happened, and then just within 1 week, if the police really want to
enforce their manpower, definitely they will be, it will definitely come to come to an end, whatever situation it may be. Baba Ahmed has really made it clear, you understand, when corruption is out of the security system in Nigeria, Becky, I bet you, these security forces are ready to work. It's not all about recruiting. Okay, recently where we have issues, I think in Kebbi State, if you look at it, you know, about negotiation and all of that, you could see that that is another high level of corruption is whereby
so are we supposed to be negotiating with people
bandits, people who we are supposed to tackle with our own security forces. You understand? So I think even with the present number of securities we have, Becky, and if the government is really making them see if the government is really making more effort on making them do their respective duties and making sure that finance is being implemented, given to them on a regular basis, and everything is provided for. These people are ready to work. But most times our security forces lose confidence on the federal government because what they ought to use in enforcing their mandate is not provided. So tell me, so it's not all about recruiting more, getting more people to join the police, getting more people calling for asking citizens to go to portals and registering. Okay, what provision are you making for citizens to join these forces? That is the question we should be asking the federal government. So I think Baba Ahmed has really made it clear, and he has really stated the fact that, you know, the president really need to work on, the federal government really needs to work on by providing all what we need, all what the security forces need to be able to carry on their attacks on a daily basis.
Thank you so much. It's still the show Citizens Dialogue on First News Port Harcourt. I hope you're having a great time with us. Let's go for a short break. I am Becky Osoro. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the show Citizens Dialogue on First News Port Harcourt. I am your humble host, Becky Osoro. I hope you're having a great time with us. Sitting on set with me is Kings Ojalo. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has confirmed that a total of 11,566 police officers attached to private citizens across the country have been recalled. Recall that a few days ago, President Tinubu had ordered the immediate withdrawal of police officers attached to very important persons across the country in a major shakeup of security deployment. And then, according to the statement issued on Sunday by presidential spokesperson, Onanuga said the move is aimed at restoring the police to their core duties and improving their presence in communities grappling with insecurity. Do you really think this is a welcome development?
Of course, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode, indeed has really made a good move on the declaration of the president. Initially, when the president called emergency in the police force, I think yesterday or so, you know, honestly, I shook my head. I think it was demanding 10 to 20,000 recruitments. But now, if you look at the number of true police force that has been withdrawn from very important personnel in the country, definitely, what do we need recruitment for? These are people, you know, these are people who ought to have been in the front line long time ago, because if these security forces who are to be engaged with VIPs in the country were limited, definitely the number of policing would have what being able to tackle the menace happening. Just imagine the number, 11,000, I think 11,566. Ah, come on, that is outrageous, and that is enough to tackle the menace happening. Imagine if these people were put on the front line with the numbers who are already in those regions of Nigeria where we have the banditry attacks and all of that. Definitely, this will come to an end. So I think this method that the IGP has done, I think this will be one of the way in which we will be able to tackle the menace. And deploying of more personnel into the security forces, it's a good one. But to me, I think we should be able to use this development that just occurred to see if the reduction of terrorism will come to life in Nigeria. And again, I also want to urge the IGP is not by redrawing those people, is also providing their needs, because many of these forces who are being redrawn might not really like it, because from what they gain from those VIP, they might not really find it when they come back to their respective quarters, to their respective stations where they are deployed from. You understand? So whatever it takes for them to do their job should be provided for them, not just because those VIPs that they were mandated to earlier on, definitely some of them provide their adequate, whatever they need, they give it to them. So this is the time the IGP and also the federal government should make provisions on how the redrawn police personnel should sustain themselves and also gain interest in being in the police workforce in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Bello. It's a pleasure having you on set.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, everyone. That's our show for today. Citizens Dialogue on First Next News Spectacles. I am Becky Osoro. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.